you get into acting and the person, your role model, I was thinking, who would Elizabeth Banks' role model be as an actor? Who would she want to grow up to be? And it makes total sense, but yours was Harrison Ford.
I love Harrison. I wanted to be Elle. Well, first of all, when people ask me, I was a real go-getter. I was a straight A student. I'm like a hard worker like you. And so really, it is a work ethic thing. I just believe you get up every day and you got to do something with your time and might as well get an A in math and whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I've just always had this work ethic, like this engine inside me. And someone was asking me about how that fed into everything else I ever did. And I was like, I was competitive with boys, always. I think it's because the world was not made for girls.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked around, I was told you can be anything you want to be. And everywhere that I looked, the boys were getting to do that. So I was just really competitive with boys my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people ask me who did you want to be as an actor? I'm like, I wanted to be Indiana Jones and I wanted to be Han Solo.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go on adventures and I wanted to have these incredible, that's what I wanted. And the damsel in distress was not interesting to me.
Right.
And I think it really just comes down to, I came into this raring to go and I want my piece.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a woman, the men get all the pieces. So it's I don't know. It did not occur to me to not have my role model be Harrison Ford.
Yeah. I mean, and also when I look at your career, yes, you have had this great on-camera career, but you really quickly, it was I'm going to be producing, I'm going to be writing, I want to be directing. I imagine that was not an easy thing for you to break into.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it took a lot of planning and hard work. Definitely wasn't just luck. It was something that I was ambitious about and wanted to do. And of course, you have to be in the right place at the right time, and all those things have to line up, and you have to find the things. I think my last movie was the movie that speaks to this point the most, though, right? I feel like I was starting to get well, she makes movies with a lot of women in them. And I was like, well, then I'm going to make Cocaine Bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
And I maintain, maybe there's one of the 3 best movie titles of all time.
Oh my God. Incredible.
When I heard that, first of all, I'd be up for anything that you were involved in, but when I heard that it was Cocaine Bear, I became a cocaine
Don't even watch
bear.
it. You don't need a trailer. You just want to see it.
I didn't need a trailer.
No. We said that. We were like, it's like snakes on a plane. You know exactly what it's going to be, guys.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bear. It's on cocaine. I only say that to say I like surprising people. I don't like being put in a box. I feel like I still have a lot to offer. And nothing's gone the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah. Well, nothing ever does.
Nothing ever does.
It's a kooky football play.
Yeah.
This was the idea, and you're going to break that way, and the hole's going to be over here, and then I'm going to throw that way, and then hike, and then bang.
Giant blitz.
Everything goes to shit, and then the next thing you know, you're running through the stands with the football, and it's illegal, but you're still going, and that's been my experience in show business and in life in general.
I agree.
And but I love that idea that you were not having it, and you were, this is what I'm going to do. And what's interesting is, and there's no way to say this without embarrassing you, but you are a very beautiful, you're a very beautiful woman. And I imagine that people can dismiss, you know what I mean? It would be easy for people to say, here's this stunning, stunning blonde bombshell.
I'm just your type. I appreciate it so much. But if you love Padma Lakshmi, I'm not for you. Do you know what I mean? I love you for saying this.
I'm just saying.
But I'm also come on, Conan. I just look very much like your life.
Okay. I did think I was marrying you, to be honest. I didn't have contacts at the time. Yes, my wife is my wife is very beautiful. You are both very beautiful, but I'm just saying I didn't know you the first time I started seeing you and things. When I saw you show up on 30 Rock, you are quite stunning, and I don't know if that makes it easier for people to say, what do you mean you're going to produce? Or what do you mean you're going to direct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, also I was like, look, I'm that blonde actress, small boobs, and I have a husband that produces with me. So it's like, okay, the actress and her husband are going to make a movie. And it's like, we're going to try our hardest. I don't know. I don't want to say it's easy to dismiss somebody who's good looking because I've had a lot of success being good looking. So I'll take it over over anything else every day.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of champions. You have to do the work. And so at the end of the day, I just put in the work, and I didn't really think about what I look like or any of that stuff. It was just I absolutely have faced a lot of obstacles for it. I was literally told by a big producer once, I just don't think men are going to follow you as a director. And I was told, like, women you just don't get action movies. Like, you're never going to be able to do an action movie. I mean, I literally had like people look me in the eye and say those things to me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to dismiss the obstacles, but I really, it's like what we were just saying about having a lot of grace for those moments in time. Just, they build you up, and you move through it, and you just do the work and put your head down, and you lead by example. That's all I've ever tried to do.
Well, I would say to anybody that has played any kind of party game with Elizabeth, been in any social situation with her, been in any, seen her out in the world. I would put you in charge of the forces invading a country.
I want to know more about the party games.
I would like to do that.
Oh, don't fuck with her.
That's true.
And
I actually I got kicked out of playing Settlers of Catan with some friends, you guys. I don't know if you know this nerd game that
I don't know
everyone
Settlers
plays.
of Catan.
It's a game where you it's an older game now. It's been around for a hot minute, but essentially, you have to negotiate with people for things like you're trying to build the longest road and you're trying to build a civilization. You're a settler of this island, Catan. And so you have to negotiate. And I became such a cutthroat negotiator. Like, no, you will give me that wheat because you da-da-da. And where people were just like, it's getting too intense.
Oh,
right.
No.
Like, you can't. You're not allowed to play with these people anymore.
We touched on this last time, so I won't go into it. But let's just say I was in a situation where I was playing this fun party game with kids and adults. And at one point, someone said, Elizabeth wants to speak to you. And I went, and your face had become a mask.
Oh, my God.
And I don't even think you were there anymore. And you were telling me what needed to happen. And you were 100% right. She was 100% right. And I was like, well, and she was like, pull yourself together, man. Here's what we're doing. And in that moment.
We're trying to win.
Yeah, we're trying to win. Pull yourself together. But she slapped me. But in that moment, I saw hey, Eisenhower did a great job with D-Day. But had he not been available and we had a time machine, I'd get Elizabeth Banks. And I think we would have been in Berlin a year earlier.
Oh, yeah. I would have handled that.
Yeah. So